Hey, it's the old coach here to tell you a story about never get put into a drunk tank sober. That's right. Don't ever let that happen to you. Well, it happened to me. I'm going to tell you all about it. I was a lifeguard, believe it or not, in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina in 1962. Well, let me back it up. We had to go do a couple of weeks before I was going to be a lifeguard, but I had to wait for the season. But a lot of people came down. At the same time, some people came down I used to perform with in high school. So I'd do an MC dancing, and I'd do a little backup singing. Well, I needed the money. So I said, okay, I'll work with you for a couple of days, get that money. But then they said, why don't we go out drinking? And I said, well, I'll tell you what, let's do this. You pay me to drive sober, and then you can go out and get drunk as you want, because I'll just drive you around. Say, that's a good idea. So he went along with it. And then we get to driving around, and after a couple of bars, they got to get all screwed up, and we're driving down the beach there, and the sand had covered all the beach up. You couldn't see where the lines were in the beach. And there was a sign that said, don't cross the white line. Well, I didn't see it. I thought that's what the sign said, but later on I saw a second sign that said, hey, don't drive over the white line. Well, so next thing I know, there's lights and sirens. I'm getting pulled over, and the patrolman comes up and he says, did you see that sign, bud? I said, well, I saw the second sign. I didn't see the first sign. He said, are you getting smart with me, boy? Get out of the car. Well, he pulled me out of the car, and he says to these guys, he says, listen, it's going to cost you $20. You're going to go to jail. I said, $20? Give you the cash, $20? He says, you got it or not? I said, no, I got no $20. I mean, these guys here, you guys got $20? Well, they didn't have $20 because they drunk it all up. Well, hell, so the patrolman, he put me in the car, and they locked me down, and he called in and said, I got one of these. And then he went outside and he got the drunkest guy in the car, and he put him behind the wheel and let him drive off. That's justice. That's justice for. Anyway, it took me off to jail. I got into jail. I was going to protest because, after all, I was sober, and that was just a common little traffic violation. I ain't got no money. Well, I couldn't say nothing because they were slamming people up against the side of the house and side of the thing there. That was pretty scary. So I just thought I better keep my mouth shut before I get beat up. Well, here's what happened. They put me in a drunk tank. Yeah, a drunk tank with a bunch of drunks, about 10 drunks. It was like a chicken wire type of cage type of thing with a little light hanging down. It's covered by chicken wire. And if you wanted to have a mattress, you had to fight a guy who had all the mattresses, big guy. Well, I didn't want to worry that much, so I just sat on my springs, kept my mouth shut. You know what I'm talking about, because I ain't going to get no fight. Well, next thing you know, one of the guys grabbed the bars, and he said, Jailer, jailer, jailer. He did this for about 10 minutes. Finally, the jailer comes in. He said, what do you want? He says, screw you, jailer, screw you. Jailer took his club and right onto his knuckles and his fingers. Guy turned around and goes, screaming. It was terrible. It was terrible. Yeah, about 10 minutes later, fight broke out. 4 guys started fighting. Well, I got over in the corner because I didn't want to get in nothing. Believe it or not, this ain't the first ride I've been in. As you can see my eye right here. Remember that football ride? Anyway, yeah, I got over in the corner. Well, then, next thing you know, about 4 cops come in here, and they started beating the hell out of them with these clubs, and they beat them all up. And then they come around, they got out, and they locked them all down. Well, it was terrible. Guys were throwing up everywhere. It was stinky, starting. Somebody said there was a murderer in there with us. Oh, gee, yeah, murder. So then I heard the guys come in. They said, we demand his release. We want his release. Yeah, then the jailer says, lock him up, lock him up. Well, then they turned around and run off, left me in the prison. Well, I might as well be in prison. I don't know what it was. Some kind of confinement type of thing. Couldn't tell what time it was, what day it was in there. I thought I was in there for hours and days. Well, it was horrible. Then they finally got the money. They came in, they got me out. And I said, well, you guys got the $20 for me driving you around? He said, no, we spent that on your bail money. You ain't got no money. So I just want to tell you that you don't never want to get thrown into a drunk tank sober. That's right. Take it easy.